Pretty excited to be going out. Far from home, wearing shoes for the first time in a while. I'd been planning to go to a barber shop. It's been overdue. My beard gets pretty grizzly after just a few weeks. I also need a haircut. You can't really tell, I'm usually just wearing a hat. But today I was going to get a haircut, get my beard trimmed. Pretty exciting. I used to get it done at home because I was stuck at home. Flight of stairs, no elevator. I could not go out. Being able to go out to the barber shop is one of the reasons I came out here. It's pretty busy outside at this time of day after lunch. People are picking up their kids from school. It's like rush hour on these streets. Bus stopped in the middle of a crosswalk, forcing me to make my way around and cross in between the cars on the other crosswalk, just like any pedestrian in New York City or any other busy city street, I guess. This is east of where I live. I've been here before, but I didn't come down this way last time. I stayed under the subway tracks. It was definitely a different vibe. I didn't come across these schools or crossing guards. It was definitely busier here, but quieter on these back streets as I got closer to the barber shop. Beautiful blue sky that day. Pretty warm compared to the last few days. It got really cold here, which is why I haven't been able to go anywhere far, wearing just a flip-flop. As I've said, being able to go out to the barber shop or to the post office or pick up cat food from the store is mainly what I came here for. Just having accessibility and safety and knowing I'll be okay. Like coming up on this corner, I saw construction, but then there was a temporary plastic ramp to take me up on the sidewalk, which is pretty cool. I've never seen it anywhere. But then I pulled up on the barber shop. Wait a minute. I've been here before. They did have a ramp over this step, but it's been removed, I guess. After chatting with the guys that worked here, I found out the building owner had it removed for some insurance reason. You see, my power chair is a heavy duty wheelchair. Front wheel drive, meaning the big wheels are in the front. Can't do a wheelie, I can't be carried. It's like 250 pounds, so nobody could help me inside. Most businesses in New York City are required to have reasonable accommodation for people with disabilities, but barbershops particularly are not part of those businesses. It's usually schools and restaurants and movie theaters, places of that nature. I mean, a little over 30 years ago, there was no ADA, so progress. Nobody expects a person in a wheelchair to want to go to a barber shop or need to go there. That's the way it is, unfortunately. Eventually, that's gonna change. I hope. But after looking at a couple of different barbershops on Google Maps on Street View, none of them had a ramp to let me into the barbershop. So I decided I'll just plan it for a different day. I didn't have what I would need to go on the subway. I didn't have a mask. I didn't have my subway card. I just had a little bit of cash. So I'm probably heading there as this video is scheduled to be published on YouTube. That's where I'm going. So the next video will probably be the haircut or maybe something else. Stay tuned. As I was strolling down Big Avenue behind the park by my house, I met some acquaintances I've met before. I just hadn't recognized them without facial hair. My man had a beard last time I hung out with him. It wasn't that long ago. I happened to know the guy behind him too. I met him by the store. It was so cool to be able to chat with people, just acquaintances. This is what I was talking about in the previous video. Community, just being around people, not feeling isolated. Then as I started getting close to the park, I decided I'm gonna go down to the waterfront. I haven't been there in a few days. It's been too cold. It's super sunny and nice and warm. I'm gonna go meditate for a while. After having time to reflect on what happened today, as unexpected as it was not a big deal at all. Simply because it used to be so much worse for me. Having a little inconvenience like this and having to reschedule a trip to the barbershop to the following week is really not a big deal. I'm able to go out and go to a different barbershop. I'll take the subway, make a day out of it. But I hope this video and other videos in the future could bring attention to these things, because most people take them for granted. Like I said earlier, they don't expect someone wheelchair bound to ever need to go to the barbershop. Hopefully in the soon enough future, there are going to be ramps everywhere. Not only in businesses that are required by law, but people will be thinking of disabled people, because there's no reason why anyone wheelchair bound should not be able to go to whatever business you can possibly think of. It doesn't have to be a school or a movie theater. It could be anything, even a barbershop. But you'll see in future videos why I decided to move back here. This is the most accessible city in the world, and having accessible subway stations will allow me to travel places I could not possibly go to anywhere else. Be able to cross city bridges. I'll go see a basketball game at Madison Square Garden, go to the Bronx Zoo. I'll be going to the museum, Times Square. I'll be showing all the cool places in the city. And I'm not worried about being able to get there or figuring out how to get there safely and back. All from my POV. It'll be like you're cruising around the city in a power wheelchair. Welcome to this journey.